We're always theorizing when we explore the zombie storyline. Some theories are of course better than others. Some are based in facts, others follow murky leads, chase red strings, and take leaps of faith. In this series, the zombie storyline Debunked, we're going to be taking a look at some of these theories and discussing where they go wrong and try to debunk them. Today, we're examining a new theory that has gained a bit of traction across the community. The idea is that Russman is Dr. Monty. The genesis of this theory is the Black Ops 1 terminal. When you're in the Black Ops 1 terminal, what you can do is log in as John F. Kennedy. When you do that, you can search for the file mj12.txt. This file gives you a list of every member of Majestic 12 past and present. Now, Majestic 12 is basically the American equivalent of Group 935 for all intents and purposes. It was a secret research group, and supposedly they're doing work with Element 115. Most of what we know about Majestic 12 comes from this Black Ops 1 terminal. Now, as you go through the list of names, you'll see a name that catches people's interest. R. Montague. And now, of course, the first part of Montague is Mont, and people immediately draw a link to Monty, and they say Monty is our Montague. And this is because Monty is a scientist, Majestic 12 are a group of scientists, maybe Monty is just a nickname for Montague. And now people look at the R in R Montague and they wonder, well, what is Monty's first name then? Who is R Montague? And then people immediately jump to Russman. Now, what we know about Russman is that Russman was a Broken Arrow operative, and his name, of course, starts with the letter R. And people take Russman and they take Monty, and then they fuse them together as one person and say Russman is R. Montague, and R. Montague is Dr. Monty, and thus, through the transitive property, Russman is Dr. Monty. This is the theory. Here's the problem with this theory. In the zombie storyline, Treyarch loves to draw inspiration from real-life conspiracy theories. This is where many of the groups and devices from our storyline come from. The Deriz teleporters, the Deriz facility, the Tungska event, Division 9, and Majestic 12 is no different. Many UFO conspiracy theorists believe that President Truman created a group known as Majestic 12. And he created it with the intention of investigating alien spacecraft. So this would be things like the Roswell incident, and they would conduct work at Area 51. So if you can imagine, there's a whole host of conspiracy theories that Treyarch can take and run with. This is why they included Majestic 12 in the Black Ops 1 terminal. And when you look at the list of people in the terminal, they're real people who seem like they might actually be members of this group. For example, there is R. Hillenkotter, which is just Roscoe Hillenkotter, the director of the CIA. James Forrestal, the first Secretary of Defense. And there's other names you might actually recognize, such as Julius Oppenheimer, Albert Einstein, Werner von Braun, and then we can actually work our way down to R. Montague. And when you look up R. Montague and you look into who this person is, you actually discover Robert Montague, who was a United States general and believed to have been a member of Majestic 12. This idea that R. Montague could be Russman is pretty much preposterous. There's no way. R. Montague most likely refers to Robert Montague. So this is the part where a number of you naysayers are going to go, now John, how do we know that R. Montague isn't an inspiration for Dr. Monty? And to that I say, it's a very unlikely theory, because R. Montague isn't really all that important to the zombie storyline. He's just a mathematician who was involved in the Majestic 12, and Dr. Monty appears to be a being far more powerful and far greater than just a random written-off mathematician. Some of you may, though, say that, well, could Russman and Dr. Monty be the same person? They both have a very mysterious background and past, and who knows? And to that I say, it's really not worth making that theory. We know so little about both characters that it's a leap of faith to suggest that they're the same person. What do we know about Russman? Well, Russman was supposedly a Broken Arrow operative, and we don't really know much about Broken Arrow. All we really know about Broken Arrow comes from this radio message.
Redcon 5, this is Saber 10. Our sweep failed to find any evidence of survivors on site. Broken Arrow is not viable for new FOB. That's a negative, sir. Records appear to have been destroyed in a fire prior to the facility being overrun. Sir, we believe staff may have been trying to destroy evidence implicating them in the outbreak. Understood, sir. Confirmed drop at T-5. Retreating to safe distance.
So it does seem as though Broken Arrow did work with Element 115. The difference between Broken Arrow and Majestic 12, though, would be timelines. Majestic 12 most likely existed in the 50s and 60s, while Broken Arrow we believe to have existed further into the future, probably around 2025, which is when I believe the transit was set. Maybe this is where Russman's memory loss comes from, him working with the Element 115 within Broken Arrow. It still doesn't make him a likely candidate to be Dr. Monty. Let's look at the differences between Russman and Dr. Monty. Russman isn't really somebody we know much about. He's a Broken Arrow operative, and that's about it. While Monty is a scientist, he's ethereal, he has blueprints of magical devices such as the summoning key. This isn't somebody who has suffered memory loss. This is somebody who knows a lot about what we're dealing with and is an expert in the field. Russman doesn't appear to be a scientist. Russman isn't ethereal. If you showed Russman the summoning key, he'd probably have no idea what it is. To suggest that they're the same person is ludicrous. Russman cannot be Dr. Monty. Monty cannot be R. Montague. I would not equate Broken Arrow with Majestic 12 either. Almost every link in this theory is a bit of nonsense. That's going to wrap things up for this episode of the zombie storyline Debunked. If there are theories that you would like me to tackle, please do let me know in the comments below. Hopefully every week I'll be taking on a new theory and we can have a better understanding of what is actually going on in the zombie storyline. I'm going to go, have a wonderful day, and bye.